We all face days when things seem dark, when the storms of this world feel like they're going to get the best of us. Sin will isolate us at times. We will feel like we're all alone. In 2 Corinthians 5:21, we read, "For God made Christ who never sinned to be the offering of our sin, so that we could be made right with God through Christ." This verse captures one of the most powerful truths of the gospel, the great exchange. Jesus, who was without sin, took our sin upon himself so that we could be made right with God. This exchange reached its most agonizing moment at the cross in Mark 15, where it says, Jesus says, my God, why have you abandoned me?" In that moment, Jesus experienced the weight of our sin and the separation from the Father that we deserved. In this passage, Mark doesn't explain exactly what Jesus is experiencing, but he wants us to feel what Jesus is feeling. His cry wasn't just a reflection of physical pain, but a deep spiritual anguish of bearing the full punishment of our sins. Jesus was abandoned so that we could be accepted. He was condemned so that we could be forgiven. This is a reminder of the incredible cost of our salvation and the depth of God's love for us. We no longer have to fear rejection by God because Jesus took our place. We can stand forgiven, free, and made right with God because of what Christ endured for us. Today, you may feel alone or isolated because of the sin in your life, but because of the sacrifice that Jesus made, we get to live a life in the freedom and grace that he purchased at such a high price. So today, let's take a moment to thank Jesus for the sacrifice that he made. And let us place our hope and trust in a God that the cross is not the end of the story. The resurrection is coming.